Ready? Play.
We have Victoria Mboko coming up against Amanda Anisimova. Anisimova crushing Emma Raducanu 1-1. Kalinskaya was the victim for Mboko 4-1. Let's have a quick look at their head-to-head. Mboko, Anisimova, two players been in excellent form over the last 12 months or so. They've not played before. I thought they had, but there we go. Minds can trick us. Anisimova winning 4 career titles, Mboko 2, but given that Mboko is just 19 years of age, 2 titles at 19 years of age, including a 1,000 title in her homeland last year. Their form, Mboko winning 4 of her last 5, Anisimova winning 3 of her last 5. It's a tough loss for Anisimova against Pegula, wasn't it, recently? I think she was up a set and a break. 4-3, she was leading with a break in the second set. But as soon as Pegula got that back and knowing their head-to-head, you did fear the worst for Anisimova. But she's playing well again now in the desert. In terms of her previous matches here, she came through. She was a set down to Blinkova in the first round, but she ends up winning. Of her last, by the way, in terms of where we're at with Anisimova, she's won her last 4 sets. 6-1, 6-love, 6-1, 6-1. So she's won 24 of her last 27 games. As for Mboko, she came through. She's in doubles action right now alongside Mira Andreeva. They're coming up against Hailey Baptiste and Yelena Ostapenko. She beat Birel in straight sets in the first round and then Kalinskaya in the second. So she's not dropped a set yet in this year's Indian Wells. And it is her debut appearance in the desert. Anisimova last year in Indian Wells went out in the round of 64 to Belinda Bencic in 3 sets. That was a bit of a surprise, particularly as Anisimova was coming off a 1,000 win prior to that. Didn't play it in 2024. In 2023, she also lost in her first match that year against Linda Noskova. She did win in 2022 in the opening round against Emma Navarro before giving a walkover in the second round to Leylah Fernandez. But anyway, this year's Indian Wells got her first wins under her belt in the desert since 2022. How do I see this match with Mboko going? I think it's really tough to call, but I'm leaning Mboko. I've got a few worries about Amanda's form. I'm not saying long term she may well win a slam this year or certainly get to another final. She's been in 2 slam finals last year, back to back at Wimbledon, US Open. But I think the losses to Pegula in Australia, and then more recently in the last time they played each other, I think have dented Amanda's confidence. That last match, by the way, against Pegula was in Dubai. I think the confidence of Amanda is still a bit shaky. She's either just so confident it's unbelievable, or there's a bit of a wobble. And I think we're just in the midst of a slight wobble for Amanda. Only a slight one. It's nothing to worry about long term. And as a result, I'm leaning Victoria Mboko in 3 close sets. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready. Play.
We have Victoria Mboko coming up against Amanda Anisimova. Anisimova crushing Emma Raducanu 1-1. Kalinskaya was the victim for Mboko 4-1. Let's have a quick look at their head-to-head. Mboko, Anisimova. 2 players been in excellent form over the last 12 months or so. They've not played before. I thought they had, but there we go. Minds can trick us. Anisimova winning 4 career titles, and Mboko 2. But given that Mboko is just 19 years of age, 2 titles at 19 years of age, including a 1,000 title in her homeland last year. Their form, Mboko winning 4 of her last 5, Anisimova winning 3 of her last 5. It's a tough loss for Anisimova against Pegula, wasn't it, recently? I think she was up a set and a break. 4-3, she was leading with a break in the second set. But as soon as Pegula got that back and knowing their head-to-head, you did fear the worst for Anisimova. But she's playing well again now in the desert. In terms of her previous matches here, she came through. She was a set down to Blinkova in the first round, but she ends up winning. Of her last, by the way, in terms of where we're at with Anisimova, she's won her last 4 sets. 6-1, 6-love, 6-1, 6-1. So she's won 24 of her last 27 games. As for Mboko, she came through. She's in doubles action right now alongside Mira Andreeva. They're coming up against Hailey Baptiste and Yelena Ostapenko. She beat Birel in straight sets in the first round and then Kalinskaya in the second. So she's not dropped a set yet in this year's Indian Wells. And it is her debut appearance in the desert. Anisimova last year in Indian Wells went out in the round of 64 to Belinda Bencic in 3 sets. That was a bit of a surprise, particularly as Anisimova was coming off a 1,000 win prior to that. Didn't play it in 2024. In 2023, she also lost in her first match that year against Linda Noskova. She did win in 2022 in the opening round against Emma Navarro before giving a walkover in the second round to Leylah Fernandez. But anyway, this year's Indian Wells got her first wins under her belt in the desert since 2022. How do I see this match with Mboko going? I think it's really tough to call, but I'm leaning I'm leaning on Mboko. I've got a few worries about Amanda's form. I'm not saying long term she may well win a slam this year or certainly get to another final. She's been in 2 slam finals last year, back to back at Wimbledon, US Open. But I think the loss to Pegula, or the losses to Pegula in Australia, and then more recently in the last time they played each other, I think have dented Amanda's confidence. That last match, by the way, against Pegula was in Dubai. I think the confidence of Amanda is still a bit shaky. She's either just so confident it's unbelievable, or there's a bit of a wobble. And I think we're just in the midst of a slight wobble for Amanda, only a slight one. It's not to think, nothing to worry about long term. And as a result, I'm leaning Victoria Mboko in 3 close sets. If you enjoyed this video, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is in the world, wherever you are tuning in from. In fact, wherever you are tuning in from, I'd like to know. So let me know in the live chat. We've got Anisimova serving first in this round of 16 clash against Victoria Mboko, and it is currently 15 all. I will also share Yannick Sinner and João Fonseca score with you. They're about to get underway on Stadium 1. It's the world number 2 against the world number 35 currently, although João's ranking will creep up a little bit after this tournament. Anisimova, by the way, 15-30 on her serve at the moment. She's going to be 15-40. She's on top at this point, and she does win at 30 all. João Fonseca's going to serve first, by the way, against Yannick Sinner. And he's won the first point. 15 love. Hello, Ghosty. Abraços do Londrina para Ania Brasil. Brasil. Vai João Fonseca. There you go. 30 love, by the way. Quick race into 30 love lead. What a rally this is between Anisimova and Mboko, by the way. Anisimova stretching for that one and winning the point, 40-30. João Fonseca's raced into a 40 love lead already, so he has 3 game points. Ghosty's rooting for Fonseca. Wow. Sometimes, though, Ghosty, you say these things, and I'm not sure. I think you don't really root for either, right? Ghosty, you missed my video. We played it at the end of the match, or the end of the stream for Tien against Davic-Fokina. Well, 4 points in, and they've all gone the way of João Fonseca, finishing with a 4-hand winner. And he says, come on. He's pumped. He's dialed in. I thought he was extremely dialed in his previous match against Tommy Paul. João Fonseca. Okay, game point here for Anisimova. The winner, of course, of this encounter between João Fonseca and Yannick Sinner is going to be playing Lerner Tien in the next round after Lerner beat Alejandro Davic-Fokina earlier today in 3 sets. And the winner of Anisimova and Mboko will play Arina Sabalenka in the next round after Sabalenka dispensed of Naomi Osaka in straight sets today. So we've yet to have a point go against serve yet in this Sinner-Fonseca match, as we see Darren Cahill, one of Yannick Sinner's coaches. It's a bit of an epic game going on between Mboko and Anisimova, by the way. Oh, we've got our first point against the serve. It's 15-all as to Sinner nets. Yeah, this first game is already 5 minutes in. And we're at deuce between Anisimova and Mboko. Okay, Sinner misses the first serve. We've got a game point for Anisimova against Mboko on her serve. Someone being told to quieten down in the crowd on Stadium 1. Good return there from Mboko. She's on top of the point here, and she's put that forehand away. Deuce. Good return there from Fonseca, and that goes long from Yannick Sinner. So 15-30. Just long. Look at that, millimeters. Okay, Sinner serving here at 15-30. Down the tee, ace, 30-all. Anisimova with another game point against Victoria Mboko. We're back to deuce with Anisimova and Mboko. Just stay with us, Ghosty. Just stay with us. I'm watching both. Ace out wide from Anisimova to game point. Oh, wow, what depth that is from Fonseca, forcing the error, arguably, off the racket of Yannick Sinner. We've got a break point here for João Fonseca. Another game point for Anisimova over on Stadium 2. This game is pushing 10 minutes now. Backhand return is going to miss, and we have finally concluded the first game. Anisimova does hold eventually. Can João Fonseca, though, get a break here already? Backhand return from João into the forehand of Yannick, but now it's on the forehand of João, which is big. But Yannick defends, but now he's pushing. Oh, there was a chance down the line there, going over the high part of the net. But João puts the forehand into the net, so deuce. Okay, deuce here between Foki and Sinner. Forehand now into the forehand of Yannick. Backhand cross court from both players. Oh, what a backhand that is from Yannick. And it's going to help him get a forehand here. But they're still into the rally. Look how hard they're hitting this ball. What a backhand that is from Davic. Oh, that backhand from Fonseca will win most points. Not against Yannick Sinner. Oh dear, what a stat this is, by the way, from Miles on social media here. Alejandro Davidovich Fokina has lost 13 ATP Tour matches after being up match point against his opponent. And Mboko here looking much more comfortable on serve than Anisimova, by the way. Jannik Sinner has a game point. Where are you going to go with this serve? Out wide, but you're going to miss the first serve. Second serve. And Mboko, comfortable hold, 1 game all. Wonderful to have so many of you joining here, by the way. Do hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Backhand here, cross court. It's going to go long from Fonseca. He had a look at the Jannik serve, had a break point. Tried to go with a big forehand on the line that just hit the top part of the net. And it is 1 game all. So, Mboko and Anisimova, 1 game all. Jannik Sinner and João Fonseca, 1 game all. That is where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, forehand the turn from Jannik. Big forehand from Fonseca misses. Love 15. Oh, what a point this is between Mboko and Anisimova. And Anisimova's going to win it 30-15. Good serve there from Fonseca, 15 all. Huge serve from João. So, Anisimova 30-15 here, 1 game all. 1 game all as well between Fonseca and Sinner. Good serve down the tee there from João. Good forehand as well from João, 30-15. That weapon is going to have to fire today, and so far it is. 137 miles an hour, that first serve, by the way, from João. He's got a huge serve. Doesn't get talked about enough because obviously there's so many other elements of his game that are so explosive. Okay, Anisimova 30-15 on her serve. Backhand return from Mboko. Forehand from Anisimova into the forehand of Mboko. 40-15 for João Fonseca, by the way. And that drop shot from Anisimova is not going to work. So 30 all. On the turn serve for João Fonseca, and he holds 2-1. Huge serving there from João. Okay, and Anisimova here, 1 game all, 40-30. But there's no doubt which player has been under pressure more on serve in this Mboko Anisimova match, because Mboko held comfortably, whilst Anisimova had a 10-minute hold, followed by currently 40-30 scenario. And it's going to be another juice game here for Anisimova on her serve. Yeah. Okay, down the tee, backhand return, forehand from Anisimova into the forehand of Mboko. That's a nice forehand slice from Mboko. That one isn't though so good, and that doesn't go over the net. So, advantage Anisimova. By the way, we're talking about extreme grips earlier on. Siniakova has a pretty extreme grip, I would argue. Maybe not quite as extreme as Iga Swiatek. Anisimova holds, by the way, so she'll be relieved to get that one out of the way as well. Both of her service games have been taken to deuce, but she has held in both of them and leads 2-1 at the change of ends. Meanwhile, Sinner and Fonseca are back on court with Sinner serving at 1-2. I haven't heard that Sabalenka's backing best of 5 for women, but I don't think it would be posturing, because I think the better posture is probably best of 3. Unless she was forced into a corner, I'd have to see the interview or the statement from her regarding best of 5. And do I think it's a good idea? Personally, yes, but I realize I might be in the minority. How would the world, tennis world or elsewhere, feel about just having a best of 5 in slam finals? I'd be here all for it, but one thing I don't buy is this whole concentration thing, like in terms of viewers. Oh, you know, kids can't concentrate for more than a minute nowadays. Well, then all sports would be messed up, but they're not, and you still get people watching. What you find with best of 3 or best of 5 is people dip in and out. It doesn't matter if it's best of 3 or best of 5. And if it's a Grand Slam final, yeah. I mean, just purely by numbers of hours. If you had, let's say, a best of 3 match, which averages 2 hours, or a best of 5 match, which averages 3, you know, that's another hour for the sponsors to get exposure. Never mind the fact that it could be a gripping final. And if we think about some of the absolute epic finals, a lot of them do tend to be men's because they're 5 sets. But really, the broadcasters don't want it. I mean, I think they'd be up for it if it was just a slam final, unless I'm wrong, unless I'm mistaken, unless whatever. But I think if it was just a slam final, they'd be up for it. You're right. The rest of the tournament, particularly the first week, maybe not so appealing because they've got eyes on their screens from day minute 1 to whatever. Maybe tournament organizers as well, in terms of that first week at Slam. It just would probably have to be extended to 2.5 to 3 weeks, I think. Or just have more courts. I don't really get that argument, Ghosty. I'd love to hear more in terms of it cutting into the other program. I get it early on in the week and stuff like that in terms of tournament organization. But if you've got a Grand Slam, if tennis is a popular sport, and I think we regard it as popular, and to get the broadcasters are desperate to get that Grand Slam final. Why they're not? I think they would want 5. Trust me. And listen, Craig Tiley, as you know, is not someone I always appreciate his perspective. He would like to have best of 5 for women in the Slam final, at least, because you get more eyes on it. So I think actually the media guys will be all right with it. It's just getting the rest of the tour onto it. But yeah, but as I say, I would start with a Slam final as long as yeah, I mean, put it to the vote. I don't know how many professional women players there are, 1,500 players. Get them all to vote on it. And by the way, and you could put 3 options, or at least the first. Just do one with just saying a Slam final, best of 5. I mean, I'd include the semis as well, but João Fonseca holds for 3-2, and Mboko here 40-30 on her serve at 1-2. And João, yeah, Oh, what's going on here with Mboko? Are we going to juice? I think we are. No, 2 games all. Sorry. So, change of ends for Feast and for Sinner and João Fonseca. We've had one break point in this match so far, and it did go the way of the Brazilian, but he wasn't able to take it with a forehand down the line that hit the top part of the net, came back on his side. So far today, I am 5 out of 5 with my predictions. But let me tell you this, I think I won't be 8 out of 8 because the other 3 are just... I've gone for the outsider in the Iala-Noskova match. I think Sinner will win this one against Zhao. I do feel a bit more confident about that one. And Mboko, Anisimova, I've gone for Mboko, but it's a 50-50 one, that one. Okay, 15-30 here. Anisimova on her serve. $30 all after Anisimova puts that volley away. Sinner and Fonseca are back on court. Just 3 matches left today. We had 8 altogether, and 5 have already been on Talking Tennis. 3 remain. This one that we're watching now between Fonseca and Sinner, or Anisimova and Mboko. And of course, we will also have a watch along for Linda Noskova against Alex Iala. Anisimova here holds serve to 30, so 3-2 change of ends. Sinner here at 40 love on his serve, but he's missed the first serve by some distance. Kick serve there from Yannick, although that could have been assisted by the wind, and the miss-hit forehand from Fonseca, and it's 3-all. Okay, 3-all. Zhao serving here. Backhand from Sinner's got good depth on it. These guys are just whacking this ball with incredible velocity. Ooh, and that forehand there is going to be too big from Yannick. So, 15 love. What's this? Farge. I'm not sure. I think Ayala is the outsider. Yeah, it's probably a close one, but Noskova probably has the highest ceiling, higher ranked player, higher pedigree, more experience, has been deep in 1000s before. So yeah, Noskova favorite, but I am just leaning Ayala because I just saw some of the serving and returning stats from the tournament so far. And I just think it is a sort of a battle of the returners today. But Noskova has the better serve, so yeah, but I think her second serve can definitely be attacked. Big star. Mboko is comfortable on her own serve for sure, and Amanda is constantly being attacked on her own. Oh, Comrade Pagula. Oh, yeah. Just of course, the compliant tennis world is like, oh, what a great choice it is to have Pagula as. I mean, can Pagula empathize with some of the players in the lower echelons of tennis who are struggling to make ends meet? That's the first thing I would say. Fonseca hit 30 all, by the way. And a double fault from Mboko at 40 love means it's 40-15. Yeah. Oh, this is a big point here at 30 all. And I think as Fonseca's gone long, 30-40, he's looking down at the court as well because there was a shot from Yannick, which, yeah, must have just touched the line. And so we've got a break point. Our first one in this match so far for Yannick Sinner. Oh, and Mboko's 40-30. But anyway, let's talk about this point here because it's a huge moment in this first set between Fonseca and Sinner. 30-40. Where are you going to go with this serve? Down the tee. It's a decent serve. Now it's on the forehand of... Oh, yes. Really good pace on that serve. In terms of the fact that Yannick was able to get it back in play. But it was set up quite nicely. Maybe Yannick could have done a bit better with it, but with the return. But then there was still a lot of work to be done for Zhao. But at least when Zhao's in that position, his mind is clear. Mboko pushed a deuce for the first time, but she does now have an advantage on her serve. And Fonseca also gets to advantage, so he has a game point for 4-3. Mboko holds, by the way, for 3 all. Look at this topspin forehand. Oh, what a serve down the tee from João Fonseca. 4-3. Huge relief for him. So both players have saved a break point thus far. And it's now over to Anisimova to serve at 3 all on the other court. I'm just going to make myself a cup of tea. Let me know what your beverage of choice is this evening. I'm on the tea. This fine Tuesday night. I've got to put my rubbish out at some point. I'm a good recycler. Are you a recycler, people? The plastics and the papers all separated. All right, what's going on with Mboko and Anisimova? Anisimova losing points on her serve. Yeah. Yeah, I don't dislike that theory, Ghosty. Don't dislike it. I think it's quite easy to hold up as well. Ow. Oakley dokley. You see, in football, some of these things at least do get held up. Now, that doesn't mean that anything changes, as in FIFA still run roughshod over the sport and it's still ultimately being destroyed by millionaires and billionaires. But at least there's enough of a voice to have 90% on your side. But in tennis, it's just, yeah, so little. Forehand here from Zhao into the net. So 15 all. You're loving the lower camera angles. Yeah, I like them too. Anisimova here, 40-30. I think she's lost at least 2 points in every service game, right? Amanda. Good backhand there from Mboko. The one thing I would say with Mboko, I think I was asked this recently, it's quite difficult to pinpoint one element of her game that's especially outstanding, and yet everything is kind of quite good, meaning there's no obvious weakness either. Watching this rally here between Zhao and Zhao there putting a backhand into the net. So 30-15, and once again, Anisimova is at deuce. Oh, sorry, guys. Just seeing a message you on the other side. Yeah, it's 2:41 here, my friend. And I'm going to be doing this until probably around about 6 a.m. But 'tis tennis. The Indian Wells and North American swing in post-Wimbledon is nowhere near as bad as Australia. Ace here from Cinder to 40-15. Who can forget those epic streams that Mario, Damien, and I did in 2023? I think some were about 15 hours. Not sure I see the Fonseca Federer slice comparison. Not yet, anyway. Yeah. But she's no... Oh, break point here from Mboko. Hang on a second. Back point, backhand cross court. Backhand from Anisimova up the line. Forehand from Anisimova down the line. But Mboko's defending. But is she going to land that one? I think she is, and it's going to be a miss hit from Anisimova. I think both miss hit it, actually. And Anisimova's frustrated as she's broken. So Mboko is the first one to make her move. Sinner, by the way, is held for 4-all. So Mboko leads 4-3 with a break. Do I find Mboko's power outstanding? Not compared to her peers, no. As in, I'm looking at Anisimova, and I'm looking at Sabalenka, and I'm looking at Osaka, and I'm looking at Rybakina. And who else would I say is probably more powerful? Coco probably at times, especially on serve and backhand. Ostapenko, come on. Madison Keys, Clara Towson, Raducanu. They all, I don't know. I feel like they're more powerful players than Mboko, but Maybe some of them. Let's take the first 3 or 4 I mentioned. Anisimova, Rybakina, Sabalenka. She's not in their level, not yet anyway, in terms of power. Ace down the T from Fonseca, getting us to 30-15. She might be in the next group, but that's my point. She's very good. I said quite good, might be unfair. She's very good in a lot of categories without excelling in one. Okay, Mboko, 4-3. Penko as well, yeah, keys too. So that's my point. Okay, 30 all here. After that smash from Yannick. We've had a break point for both of these players. Are we going to get another one for Yannick Sinner? No, not yet. Anisimova is changing her racket, hoping it'll change some fortune for her. I don't like this draw for Amanda, actually. As in Mboko today, followed by Sabalenka, followed by who would be in the semi-finals? Oh, actually, the semi-final might not be too bad because it could be Ayala, Noskova, or Gibson. Okay, second serve here for Sinner to look at. Oh, we've got the order of play out. Mukova and Swiatek are up first tomorrow. Ooh, lucky Zhao there with the net cord. But Yannick at the net puts the volley away. Wonderful to have so many of you watching across these 2 streams. Please hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. And when you hit subscribe, watch this number just below me tick over. So, Mboko trying to consolidate that break. She's up 40-15 on her serve. Good hands, good hands. Okay, a break point now for Yannick Sinner. Both of them are 0 from 1 on break points thus far. Where are you going to go with this serve? Into the net on the first serve. So a second serve here for Sinner to look at. And Mboko is held, by the way, for 5-3. Serve down the T is pretty good, and it's going to go long. So another break point is saved for João Fonseca. Listen, I'll tell you what I will say about this match so far. Zhao is living with the world number 2. It has been as tight as the scoreline suggests, as in 4-all deuce right now. 2 break point opportunities for Yannick, 1 break point opportunity for Zhao. Zhao's forehand, it has been thus far at least equal to Yannick's. Zhao's serving so far at least has been equal to Yannick's. Zhao's temperament so far has been okay as well. But, oh, that backhand must have just missed from Yannick. And I don't think there's many players on the tour that can live with Yannick Sinner. And have lived with Yannick Sinner over the last 2.5 years. Even for a set. There's probably a handful of players. Djokovic, of course. Zverev on occasion. Over the last 2.5 years. Alcaraz more than hung with him. Fonseca holds for 5-4. And I think Fonseca has the belief as well. Anisimova here, 3-5, 40-30. Yeah, but I'm also looking at for a set or something like that. You know, I think last year, for example, Zverev pushed Yannick really hard in, I think it was Vienna in that final. I think it went the way of Zverev 7-5 in the third. Djokovic, Mensik, Carlos. Has anyone else beaten Yannick in the last 18 months? I don't think so. Going to have a quick look at Yannick Sinner over the last few months at least. Anyway, just having a look at some of his previous tournaments. As I said, I mentioned Mensik beating him in Qatar. Djokovic beat him in Australia. No one beat him at the ATP Tour Finals. No one beat him in Paris. No one beat him in Vienna. Greek Sport got a walkover in Shanghai. No one beat him at the China Open. Alcaraz beat him at the US Open. Alcaraz got a walkover at the Cincinnati Masters. No one beat him at Wimbledon. Bublik. How can I forget Mr. Bublik? Sorry, Alexander. Carlos beat him in the French Open. Carlos beat him in Rome. And he didn't play after the Australian Open until Rome, did he? So he won Australian Open 2025. And then we didn't see him again. So in 15 months, Alcaraz, Bublik, Greek Sport via walkover, and Mensik. They're the only players to beat him. And the only person to beat him more than once is Alcaraz. Djokovic. Did I mention Djokovic as well? Okay. Anisimova here serving 3-5, but is her advantage. It's going to be a second serve from Mboko to look at. After the one he won in Halle, or the ones that he lost, because he lost a few to Yannick last year as well. I feel as though that's Bublik's best chance on grass, especially over 3 sets, but I'm just thinking about 5. Ooh, Mboko's disappointed with that forehand there going into the net. So 5-4. She will be serving for the first set when they return to the court. Wonderful to have so many of you tuning in right now. Please do hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Are we going to get to 30,000 subscribers during Indian Wells? I think we probably need Ayala to win a couple more matches, if that is to happen. Ayala in the semis, and we might make it. Forehand winner there from Yannick Sinner. 40 love. So 3 game points for the Italian. Since that break point in his first service game, I think it was, of the match, he's been pretty comfortable on serve. Mboko and Anisimova change of ends. And when they return to the court, Mboko will be serving for the set at 5-4. Game to love for Yannick Sinner. So 5 games all. Mboko's staring out into the distance, trying to keep her focus ahead of serving for this first set. If Mboko has a weakness, what is it? I can tell you João Fonseca's weakness, return, in general. Maybe playing in Rio is the second one, but I don't think you can call that a weakness. Anisimova consistency. And the forehand looks like weakness, but it really isn't. It's just because the backhand is so incredible. Just looking at your Spit Series Sinner one comment. 30 love here for João. And Mboko has 15 love as she's trying to serve this out. Ooh, Anisimova's return today has not been on the button. Because, by the way, she is a top 10 and elite returner, Anisimova, but not today thus far. 30 love here for Mboko. Serves into the net on the first serve. Backhand cross court. Yeah, I can give you plenty of narratives, okay? Ghosty. Just narratives that everyone just goes along with because one person said it, so then 3 people say it, and then 10 people say it, even though they don't really know or believe it even. It just happens to become true after so many people say it. Here's one. Eubanks is an excellent broadcaster, really knows his stuff. Agassi is so smart in the way he thinks about the game. He's a real tennis man, thinks about the game, you know. We want to see more of Agassi in commentary. Andy Roddick is the man of the people, you know. He's great podcast, good guy, you know, always speaking rationally. Yeah, think about where he came from, yeah, and who he is. Oh, Zhao, yes, indeed. We've already spoken about this before, Ghosty. I've already spoken about it before. Have you seen that dialogue he had yesterday with Coco van der Weyde, by the way? Oh, and Boko's won the first set, 6-4. She held to 15, and it was a comfortable hold, as that scoreline suggests. She did have a look, I guess, at 15 love. Anisimova had a look at the Mboko serve, very much so, and just put her return long, getting it to 30 love. And really, when you're at 30 love, yeah, you're in big trouble, aren't you? Agassi, for me too, as a hero, got definitely, yeah. Roddick less so, but just the style of tennis, really. I mean, if I was from the US, probably it would be different. Fonseca here at 40-30, by the way. Goes in behind Yannick, should put this forehand away, and does. And that's been the story of the day, by the way. Should put this away, and he does. Okay, stats here from Mboko versus Anisimova. First serves in 78% from Anisimova, 68% from Mboko. But points won on serve. Now, that's where it's very different because we had so many of those tough holds that Anisimova had. She won just 57% of her points on serve, whilst Mboko won 75% of her points on serve. Mboko is so comfortable on serve compared to Anisimova. Anisimova hitting 10 winners and 12 unforced errors. Yeah, not ideal. I find I'm the same with Tennis Abstract. Sometimes I write in our WhatsApp group, the Talking Tennis WhatsApp group, to get stuff like that. That's where I got some of the Davic Fokina stuff against lefties earlier when we were talking. Plus, when I'm live, it's even more difficult. But yeah, I'm the same, Ghosty. Okay, I want to know in the live chat right now, I want to have a simple show of hands, and by which I mean simply write in the live chat. I want to have M for Mboko or A for Anisimova. Who is winning this match on court 2? Just simply write A for Anisimova or A for Anisimova or M for Mboko. And for some reason, I'm sharing that screen. I don't know why. Okay, time has been called by the umpire, so it's Sinner here serving to stay. So, 15 love for Yannick Sinner. Second serve for Zhao to look at. other narratives. Tylee's done a great job with Tennis Australia. $15 all. $30-15. Okay. Meanwhile, Anisimova, 15-30. She was love 30 on her serve. Is it going to be 30 all? Mboko goes up the line with a backhand, and maybe that is a huge strength of hers that I'm not taking into account. 15-40, 2 break points for Victoria Mboko. Okay, 30-15 here for Sinner against Fonseca. Forehand cross court. Forehand from... Yeah, Fonseca's just going to miss. 40-15. Okay, let's switch back to Mboko against Anisimova because we've got a couple of break points here for Mboko. 15-40 at the beginning of this second set. Backhand return is pretty good. And Anisimova can't deal with it. 1-love. Mboko leads with a break. So Mboko leads by a set and a break. What's going on here with the umpire and Jannik Sinner? I kind of missed that. I think Yannick's been a bit upset with something. Seems to be some people in the audience that are annoying him. Anyway, 40-15. Forehand winner. Oh, I was going to say forehand winner, but Zhao gets to it. Is that going to land in? It is. It's going to be a tricky smash, though, but Jannik there, very cool as a cucumber, as you'd expect from a multiple slam winner, albeit someone that's not been in a final at Indian Wells before. So, tiebreak time. Let me know in the live chat, by the way, who is winning the tiebreak? Let me write, I want an S for Sinner or an F for Fonseca. Just write who's winning the tiebreak. Put it in the live chat right now. Unreturned serve from João Fonseca. Sinner from Ghosty. I would edge towards Sinner as well. Experience, etc. Was it really a fan was talking trash? I did look at some sort of cheeky smiles amongst a group of people in the crowd. Which was amusing. Mboko 2 game points for consolidating that break, by the way. Return serve from Jannik Sinner means we're at 1-1. And Mboko holds for 2-love. I don't get to choose, by the way, if I get commentary or not. Okay, so I don't have that option. I wish I did on Sky, that is, which I'm watching, because I love it without commentary. But occasionally they get a bit of info, like when there's something like that going on that I don't get. Oh, backhand from Fonseca from neutral there goes into the net. And it is 2-1 to Jannik Sinner. Just one vote so far on the Sinner Fonseca stream, and it was for Sinner from Ghosty. If my vote counts, that's 2. Good backhand down the line there from Fonseca. Decent volley as well. But it's all about the backhand down the line. Okay. Ooh, just missed that first serve, did Zhao. Huge Fuzzball 40 has gone for LeBron James. I don't know if that's a suggestion as to who's going to win this tiebreak. Forehand cross court into the forehand of Jannik Sinner. And it's a backhand that goes long. 3-2 Fonseca. It might even have been a forehand that went long. I do apologize. But either way, it's 3-2 Fonseca. And we had another huge come on there from Zhao. Zhao, I'm telling you, it's a different Zhao at this tournament compared to the rest of the year so far. That's a crowd. Full for this match. I'm assuming it'll be full for the Ayala match too. So, an entertaining night of tennis. Ricardo, where are you? Listen, first of all, I want you to hit the like button, Ricardo. Then I want you to hit subscribe. And then I want you to tell me where in the world you're tuning in from. Okay, Zhao here receiving. Missed the first serve from Sinner. So 2-3, second serve. Backhand to backhand right now. Slice from Fonseca. Forehand from Sinner. Backhand cross court from Fonseca is pretty good. Now it's on the forehand of Fonseca, which we know is very good. It's another forehand for Fonseca, and he's made it. 4-2, change of ends. There we go. Every shot from Fonseca was on the button. 4-2, he leads at the change of ends. It's only a mini break, but this set has been so tight. We didn't get a single break of serve, and we only had 3 break points. One was on the Jannik serve in the opening game of the match, and then we had 2 more separately on the João Fonseca serve. Both players served really well in that first set. But the Fonseca forehand has been firing. It's been coming back a bit more often than it has been in previous matches in Indian Wells because of Sinner's ability to defend. Nevertheless, here we are. 4-2 change of ends. I should say 2-4 because Jannik Sinner is serving. Mini breakdown. How Zhao would love to get it to 5-2. And he's going to have a second serve. I was just about to say he could do with a second serve as well. Thank you, Ricardo, for hitting like and subscribe. Just a moment. I'll come to you in a moment, Ricardo. Backhand here into the backhand of Jannik. Backhand cross court from Jannik. Backhand from Fonseca. And that backhand's going to go long from Jannik Sinner. And it's 5-2, João Fonseca. Okay, Ricardo, you're in the US. Ken Ghosty, can you advise me on which channel this is on? Because I think it's on the tennis channel, if I'm right. Very funny, by the way, Ricardo there. Okay, 5-2. But yes, I think this is on the tennis channel in the US. In Germany, it's on Sky. Good serve there from Fonseca, but Jannik is equal to it, and we're into the rally. Forehand up the line, but nice one from... good forehand cross court there from Jannik. Really good angle. Drive volley from Jannik is also good. Is that volley going to be picked up? It is. Oh, he nearly got there, Fonseca, but he slipped at the last moment. I think he's okay. One thing is for sure is Zhao is not being intimidated by Jannik today. I don't mean Jannik is necessarily an intimidating character, far from it. I just mean that some people have come up against Jannik, Carlos, Rafa, Novak, and Roger, and you just know that they've lost before the match has even begun. Not at all here when it comes to João Fonseca. Sometimes gambling websites, Ricardo, if you go to a gambling website and register, they can often give it to you as well. By the way, stick with us, Ricardo. Are you from Brazil? You live in the US, but are you from Brazil originally, Ricardo? Forehand return from Jannik is into the net. That'll disappoint Jannik because that was only 102 miles an hour, that serve, which given the size of Zhao's serve is not much. Looks like Ricardo's just unsubscribed, by the way. He's frustrated. We're trying to help you, man. And I think the gambling thing might be the best way to go. And we're free. Except the gambling ones, Ghosty. The betting websites. Okay, 3-6. Out wide serve, 4-6. Ace. Yeah, it's funny. Ghosty. Yeah. And Fonseca can't deal with that forehand, so it's 6-5. 2 set points saved, but they were both on Jannik's serve. Now we're going to have one on Carlos. On Zhao's serve. Mboko has a game point for 3-1, by the way. And she's got it. 3-1. Alexiala's match will begin at the end of Fonseca-Sinner. Good serve down the tee. Forehand from Fonseca. Backhand from Jannik Sinner. Backhand from Fonseca. Backhand Sinner. Forehand from Fonseca is going to go long. 6-all, change of ends. 3 set points come and go for the Brazilian. And we get that classic racket celebration from Jannik. So 6-all. Anisimova here looking pretty emotional at 1-3 down. Ooh, second serve for Sinner to look at here. Oh, look at that elite return from Jannik Sinner. 7 points to 6. Okay. 7-6. Set point here now for Jannik Sinner. The first one for him, and it is on his serve. Good serve down the tee. He's in charge at this point. He puts the forehand away. Win 8-6. He wins that tiebreak, saving 3 set points. And that's why he's a multiple Grand Slam winner. Jannik Sinner wins the first set by 7-6. Meanwhile, Mboko against Anisimova. Anisimova has a game point here at 40-30 to get it to 3-2. Look at that performance rating for Jannik Sinner, 9.1. Zhao's is 8.1. I wonder if that has stopped it at 6-3 in the tiebreak. I wonder what those performance ratings would read. Fans getting their money's worth indeed. Okay. Fonseca and Sinner are about to return to the court. Mboko has a break point now on the Anisimova serve, so this could be huge. Okay, Mboko gets the break, leads 4-1. So, Anisimova now is down a set and a double break to Victoria Mboko. It has been a comfortable scenario so far. Mboko's looked so comfortable on serve and constantly threatening the... Think about some of the Anisimova holds. Think about the first game of the match when Anisimova was under so much pressure on her serve but managed to hold on. By the way, the quality, the movement, the precision between these two, the defense, the athleticism. Drop shot here is going to be too good. The class, the skill, the suave touch on that occasion demonstrated by Jannik Sinner. And perhaps that is an element to Zhao's game that could be added. Forehand here from Jannik into the forehand. Oh, what a forehand that is from... and what a double forehand. But the first one, especially from João Fonseca, was incredible cross court. By the way, watch that ticker tick over now because we've just started the Iala stream, okay, with a countdown clock. And as a result, you'll see this ticker below me. You'll see it start to tick over a few times now. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. I saw it. Okay, 40-15 here for Jannik Sinner. Yeah, we should get to talking, should go to Manila, shouldn't we, and do a tennis story. Backhand return. Look at that backhand return from João Fonseca, by the way, 40-30. See, look at this ticking over, this little ticker. I think we might get to 27,000 by the end of the day in Indian Wells, if you know what I mean. I don't think we'll get to 30,000. We need Ayala to probably get to at least the semis to get to 30,000. Sinner holds with an unreturned serve. Game point here for Victoria Mboko. And Mboko holds for 5-1. It's not quite a beatdown, but it's been extremely comfortable for Victoria Mboko today. Okay. João Fonseca serving here at love 1. But I don't know, that feels a bit like it might be the match that those 3 set points that João had. I mean, I don't expect Yannick to run away with this. But by the way, running away with it, it is love 15 here on the Anisimova serve. Ooh, 30 love Fonseca. Oh, and it's love 30 on the Anisimova serve. Okay, let me just hone in on this a moment because Fonseca's looking comfortable at 40 love on his serve at the beginning of this second set. Meanwhile, Anisimova, love 40, 3 match points for Victoria Mboko. 3 match points. So, Mboko here. Love 40 on the Anisimova serve. Out wide. Mboko return. Forehand is going to miss just. And therefore, Mboko clenches her fist because she knows she's through to the quarterfinals in Indian Wells where she's going to be playing Aryna Sabalenka. And it was somewhere between very easy and a beatdown. You decide. Mboko there takes the plaudits. And to be honest with you, it felt like a beatdown just because of those 5 games that Anisimova won on serve. A couple of them were real hard fights, especially the first game of the match, which was pushing 10 minutes. That's how much of a threat Mboko was on the Anisimova serve constantly, as she broke so many times, including finally on that last game of the match, which she broke to love. And yet she was also super comfortable on her own serve. As I said pre-match, it feels as though Anisimova is just having a little bit of a wobble since that loss to Pegula in Australia, and then through that loss that she also had to Pegula recently as well in the Middle East, to now in Indian Wells. It just felt like Anisimova is in the middle of a wobble. Nothing more than that. I still expect her to make Grand Slam finals, maybe even this year. And Mboko doesn't feel like she's wobbling, anything but. It feels like she's getting better and better and better. And ultimately, she was much, much better than Amanda Anisimova today. And she set up a quarterfinal with Arina Sabalenka. So, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.